Hello. Okay, I am here to talk about this fourth bullet point here, which involves making a map showing the tracks of the hurricanes for the 2019 season. And once again, it's just the hurricanes. Don't worry about tropical storms or depressions or whatnot. Okay, so if I come here to let me see if I come here to the National Hurricane Center website. This is what we link to. Let me go back here real quick. We link to that um, right here in the module. So that following that link right there will take you to this website. Now, if we scroll down to the bottom of this website, see this map? This is kind of what we're making. Okay, it won't be this complicated because this has everything. Okay, all the storms, depressions, everything, not just the hurricanes. We're going to make one for just the hurricanes. Okay, we're going to make our own. Don't copy this one. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, okay, so first of all, the base map that we're going to use for that is this, right? Which is also linked to in the module, right? If I come back to the module here, come back to the module here, um, and I look right here, the NOAA hurricane tracking chart, download that. You can just print it out and you can literally just draw on it and then take a photograph of it and submit that to the Dropbox. You do not have to figure out how to do this digitally or something like that, right? Just print it out and write on it, right? Then take a good photograph of it, put that in the Dropbox. Okay. So anyway, so I downloaded it. I've got it here. I magnified it a little bit, and so this is the base map that you're going to be drawing your hurricane tracks on. Okay. So let's go back to the website that we linked to from the module, showing uh, these PDF files, right, for each hurricane. Now, once again, just the hurricanes. So ignore Andrea, Barry. We're only going to do the hurricanes, right? Umberto, Jerry, Lorenzo, Pablo, just the hurricanes, right? So once again, the key to this is going to be this PDF file. So this is Barry, right? So click on that, and I believe I just downloaded it. Yes, I did. So download it. However, your web browser downloads things. Okay. And once again, as with question 3, which I did a video of before, the key here is going to be table 1. So let's go down, scroll down to table 1. Okay, this tells you the latitude, the longitude, okay, and the wind in knots. Those are the 3 numbers that we're going to need. Okay, so latitude 28.5, longitude 86.5. Let's see if I can remember that. 28, okay, well, let's 28.5, 86.5. So let's go over here. Um, so you're going to want to plot that 28.5, 86.5. So the latitudes and longitudes are written on the side of the map over here and over here. And then the longitudes are across here, right? Now, since we're just dealing with the North Atlantic, all of our latitudes are going to be, north of the equator, something north, okay? The actual equator is below our map. Our map begins at 5 degrees north, okay? Um, all of our longitudes are going to be west. The prime meridian, which is 0 degrees longitude, is over running through London. And so it's not on our map either. So it's pretty straightforward plotting these latitudes and longitudes 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, etc. Okay. And so that's what we want to do. See, now I've already kind of forgotten. Let's make sure we get it right. 28.5 latitude, right? 86, let's just say 2886. Let's just do that. Okay. So 28, 25, 26, 27, right? 28's right there on that blue line. And then 86, right? So 86 puts it all the way 75, 85, 86. This one began here in the Gulf of Mexico, right about there, put a little point there, and label it with the wind speed, right? So you put a little point there, and then also label the wind speed on it, which is 25 knots. Okay. So the next one is 28.1, 87.1, right? Now, here's the trick. You don't need to, well, okay, for Barry, you might want to plot all these points, although you don't really need to. Skip a couple, okay, and then don't skip too many, but skip a couple, right? I really don't need you to plot all of these points. And for some of these storms that come all the way across the Atlantic, it's going to be a lot of points, okay? Skip a few, maybe down, I don't know, skip maybe down to here, right? And say, okay, there. That's when it became a tropical storm. So you definitely want to hit that one, right? So 27.7, 88.0. So 27.7, 25, 26, 27. Just hold on, let me see, get this right. Yeah, 27, and then 80. What do we say? 86.0. So there's 85 there. So 86 there. So blank, put a point there, right? And so plot your latitudes and longitudes, and for the course of this storm, and then once again, beside your points, put the wind speed. That's in the directions, okay? Actually, the directions say label it with the category of storm. I don't particularly worry about that, but definitely put the wind speed on there. You could convert it to categories using that little chart in the handout easily enough, but mostly just put the wind speed there. So what you're going to end up with then in the end, is a track. In this case for Barry, I don't know, it probably goes up like this or something. I don't know, but anyway, wherever it ends up going, right then. Go back to the website. So let's go back to the website. Here we go. And so we do Barry, and then the next hurricane is Dorian, right? So let's get Dorian's PDF file. This is going to be a longer one because Dorian, I believe, was a much bigger storm. And so there's Dorian. Once again, what we want is table 1. That's going to give us the latitudes and longitudes and whatnot. Okay, so there we go. So there's table 1. Okay, 10.3, 46.4 is where it begins, right? So 10.3, 46.4. Let's go back. It's on here. Let's go back here. So 10.3, 46 there's 45, right? So 46 is going to be like, about right there. And then 10.3 is all the way down here, right? So Dorian began down here, just west or east rather, of the Caribbean. And then so go ahead, plot that point, skip a few, plot the next one, skip a few, plot the next one. Yeah, especially for Dorian, because that's quite a few points. Okay. But, just get the shape of Dorian's path, label each point with the wind speed, right? And so when you're done with Dorian, go back and say, okay, what's next? Tropical storm, tropical Humberto will be next, right? Grab Humberto's PDF file, right? Same thing I've been doing here. Grab that PDF file, go down to table 1. There it is, okay? And, plot points, right? You don't need, like I said, you just, there's not too many here, but skip a couple here and there. You don't need to plot all of them. You just need to get the general shape of it, right? And so then when you're done with that, what you're going to have, let me get out of here. What you're going to have is a map that you've made that looks, something like this, right? And so that'll give you the paths of the various hurricanes. Like I said, it's not going to be this complicated because you're just going to do hurricanes. This one has hurricanes, tropical storms. This has everything. Okay, but you got something that looks something like this. Okay, once you have your own map, then you will be in a position to go ahead You'll have your map. Like I said, you can just print out that PDF file, plot those points by hand, and then just take a photograph of it to upload to the Dropbox. You don't need to figure out how to import it into something and draw on it or something like that. Okay, so so once you have that, then you can answer questions 4 to 5. 4 and 5 ask you about, some things about it. Try, are there any patterns that you see, areas of formation, direction of movement, land masses? Did any of them make landfall? If so, which ones? What date did they make landfall? Now that's also, by the way, going to be on that PDF file if it makes landfall, I believe. Let's go back and look. I think bear. So tropical storm, low, dissipated. Here we go. Landfall about 10 nautical miles east southeast of Pecan Island, Louisiana. It gives you the latitude and the longitude of where it made landfall and the speed of the wind when it made landfall, right? So that information is right there. Once again, on the bottom of table 1. For this entire lab, table 1 in each of those hurricanes is your friend. Okay, you would have the same information here for Dorian. If we scroll down to the bottom of Dorian, we can see here. Now, remember Dorian? I don't know if you remember Dorian. Dorian went over the Bahamas and sat there. Okay, so we have several landfalls for Dorian. Okay, but you've got them all there, and so you're fine. And so anyway, so that's what you want to do, right? And like I said, in the end, what you're really doing is you're making yourself a map that looks something like that. Okay, then you can answer your questions. Okay, so if you want to kind of check your work against this map, that would not be a bad thing. Okay, that would not be a bad thing at all. They've got them numbered in these boxes. You got numbers here, you got numbers here, so you can see, does my track match the National Hurricane Center's track? Okay, don't copy the map. Please don't copy the map. Plot your points, okay? But this will be a good thing to refer back to see if you got it right, okay? Okay, I think that'll do it. So anyway, if you're still confused, by all means ask, but I'll get this uploaded to YouTube and get it distributed. Okay, here we go. Thank you all.